Hello, sixth grade. Today in math, we are starting a new lesson for our math lessons. We're going to do powers and exponents. So this chapter is going to kind of get us into algebra, order of operations, things like that. But I'm going to start with the first lesson, powers and exponents. So you should, in your digital book, be on page 433. So you need to log into McGraw-Hill and open up your book and then type in or get to page 433. After you do that, we're going to look at what each of these are right here. So I want to go over the base and the exponents. So a base is just the big number in the problem. So the whole number that we're going to be multiplying. So the tens right here, those are a base number. This 10 as well is still the base. And this number is the exponent. Okay, so the little number is the exponent. Many of you are familiar with this because, or you should be, because of simple solutions. So give an example of an exponent. Well, let's just pick any number. What if I said 4 to the third power? Okay, and if I was going to write a definition in my own words, I would just say the exponent tells me how many times to multiply a number by itself. That's a good way of thinking about it. Okay, so let's learn what powers and exponents are. So let's go to the next page of the lesson. So now I'm going to page 434. Okay, so on page 434, okay, I'm gonna go right into the examples right here. So if I'm going to write 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 as an exponent, my base is 6, and how many times am I multiplying that is my exponent. So 6 to the fourth power. Okay, let's look at example 2. Write 4 times 4 times 4 using an exponent. So the factor 4 is the base. The factor is multiplied 3 times, so the exponent is 3. So 4 times 4 times 4 can be written as 4 to the third power. I want you to take about 30 seconds and do A and B. So on A, my base is 7. And my exponent, I'm going to count how many 7s there are. 1, 2, 3, 4 7s. So my answer is 7 to the fourth power. For letter B, my base is 9. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So 9 to the 7th power. I wish we were in class right now because you'd all say, that's it, that's easy. And that's what I want you to be thinking right now, because that is pretty easy. So now we're going to go over to page 435. Again, this is a lot of review for a lot of you. So on example 3, write 5 to the second power as a product of the same factor. All that means is to evaluate 5 to the second power. So if I evaluate that, 5 to the second number is the same as 5 times 5. Okay, and then they want me to solve it. That's 25. Same if I had 5 to the third power, that would be 5 times 5 times 5, and that would be 125. Okay, let's look at number 4. Write 1.5 to the third as a product of the same factor. I want you to know that this just means write it out the long way. without an exponent. Okay, that's all that means, that fancy language. Write 1.5 to the third as a product of the same factor. Then find the value, so solve. Okay, now, oops, I see my page is cut off a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so 1.5 to the third is 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5. You're going to multiply these together, okay? So 1.5 times 1.5 or we're not putting our decimal in yet, sorry about that. Okay, so now I have 2.25 times 1.5. Okay, again. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3 decimal points. So that gives me 3.375, which is what they got right there. Okay, let's go down over here. Write 1/2 to the third as a product of the same factor. Then find the value. Okay, so the base is 1/2. The exponent is 3. So we use 1/2 3 times. Now, I'm running out of room, so I'm going to do this one on here. Okay, so 1/2 to the third power means 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. It does not mean 1/2 times 3. No, 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 no. Okay, that's not what any of these mean. So I'm going to do 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So my answer is 1/8. So that's something I want to make super clear to you guys. 5 to the third power does not mean 5 times 3, okay? Okay, it means 5 times 5 times 5. You're multiplying the base as many times as this exponent tells you to do that, okay? It doesn't mean 5 times 3. That's not what that means. You need to do it like this, okay? So I want you to take a minute, okay? And I want you to do A, B, and C. I'll give you a little more than a minute. Okay, let's look at letter C. Letter C is 10 to the 5th. Okay, this means 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Okay, so 10 times 10 is 100. Cross off what I did. Times 10 is 1,000. Okay, times 10 is 10,000. Times 10 is 100,000. But I want to show you a little trick with the tens, okay? I wanted you to work out that the long way, just so I know you got it. Let me show you a trick with the tens. Any 10, no matter what the number is here, that's how many zeros you need to have in your answer. So in other words, 10 to the 6th power is 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and put my commas in. So 10 to the 6th power is 1,000,000. 10 to the 8th power, put a 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros after the 1. So 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, so that is 100 million. Okay, I want you to remember that when you're doing your tens, so you're saving yourself a lot of work. That is the tens trick with exponents. It's the power of 10. Okay, let's look at letter D. 2.1 to the 2nd power. This means 2.1 times 2.1. So I'm going to write that out down here. Okay, we're going to add it. And I'm going to add my decimals in. So that's going to equal 4.41 for letter D. For letter E, 1 to the 4th to the 2nd power. That means 1 over 4 times 1 over 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 4 is 16. So my answer is 1/16. Okay, that's all you need to do. For your homework for this, there is a worksheet assigned for math today. So I want you to print that out and complete that. I'm going to collect it through the Seesaw app. Okay, then there's a self-assessment quiz in the app as well, or I mean in your McGraw-Hill login. I want you to complete that as well. I've also loaded 2 extra tutor videos for you to watch if you don't understand. And as always, email me, message me on the blog, whatever you need to do. I can call you to give you extra help. Anything you need, just let me know. Okay, have a great day, guys. See you later.